sized cosy room with a golden...
Here you are.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm Nicola Parkhouse, and I've taken a sort of slightly unusual route to be sitting in front of you talking about a prototype bike rack. I mean, my history is, I'm a chartered accountant, and I've worked in public practice, and I've worked for a few different manufacturing companies. And then I've done a bit of child rearing, and while I was doing that, rather than travelling around Europe, it was a bit more convenient to stay closer to home. So I spent far too many years working for Lloyds Bank in retail banking and head office roles. And I've moved back to the northeast, and I want to try and make a go of this totem pole bike rack venture, which is quite a disturbing design in terms of it's carrying the bikes vertically instead of horizontally. Anyway, I brought a few pretty pictures along just to sort of jog things along, but I think if I get through the pictures, it would be nice to just try and make sure we've got at least half the time left, wouldn't it, for questions and things. Because for me, it's great to actually have some fertile minds having a look at something for the first time and see what your reactions are. So, it was invented in the States by a guy called Chris Olsen, out of basic frustration really with the bike racks that are on the market. He's married, he's got 4 children, and he was just finding it a nightmare to actually get loaded up and take his kids out, cycling safely in the park or whatever. And his day job is he's a mechanical engineer, and he is quite into ergonomic design, and he was just looking for a simple solution to carry 6 bikes, both his and his wife's adult size, and 4 children's bikes of different sizes. So he came up with the totem pole idea, largely because in his youth he'd worked in various bike shops doing bike mechanics, and was familiar with the kind of slightly more space-efficient way that bike shops hang bikes up vertically by their front wheels. And so with the totem pole, what he's got is a rack that's capable of taking 3 bikes on either side, and the lower, on the right-hand picture, the lowest round tube that's sticking out, we call that the skewer bar, and that's somewhat essential to actually keep the division side to side. So you sequentially load the bikes, start on the left, put one on the left-hand side, strap it into the left-hand, what we call stabiliser arm, by the frame, and then you put the first one on the right-hand side, then you go back, the 3rd bike goes on the left, 4th bike on the right, 5th on the left, 6th on the right. And that way you actually end up, when it's fully loaded, with the bikes not sticking out a good deal more than a 3 bikes on a rack would. So if you look at the right-hand picture, it's a little bit too bright, that's better. Because you can barely see, but there are 3 other bikes around the back side there as well. So there's 6 loaded up there, and it's those 6 bikes on the left-hand picture that have been loaded up, and they're all various different sizes. Which I don't know whether you've got experience of trying to load bikes onto like the other kind of style of bike racks that are commonly available, which are the wheel support ones, which have those integral number plates at the bottom. It depends how much spacing they give you, and what there is in the way of adjustment for the clamping arms, how much of a pain it is to actually deal with bikes of different sizes on there. But commonly, they might not have that adjustment sufficiently side to side. So if you've got a really short child's bike, it actually might not land in the trays, depending on the design. And certainly the arms might be set up to be a certain length to bolt onto the frame. And again, if you've got a child's bike, you might find that the support piece that you're trying to bolt it to is too high relative to the child's frame. So I basically got interested in this when I was looking. I had the same problem. My youngest, I've got 3 kids, and my youngest was getting to the stage where his bike was too big to just sort of lob in the boot as a sort of easy option when we got to loaded 4 on a rack, and the 5th one was spare, and what do you do with that? I don't want to put it on the roof, And I was hunting around on the internet, and I came across the totem pole at that stage. But it very much is. It's a serious headache if you have bikes of different sizes and also different frame styles. So apart from the wheel support one, the other common kind of rack is one that just comes up vertically, but only sort of half height there, level with the yellow strap kind of finishes, and then either has one prong or two prongs. If it's two prongs, it's a complete pain in the neck unless you have a regular gent style frame, because you have to put the frame over the two prongs.